Giant Panda Cups are all set for their public debut tomorrow, and Chief Executive John Lee has urged Hong Kongers to take part in a contest to name the bears. Street crime in the city has dropped significantly thanks to high-tech surveillance systems. But Police Commissioner Raymond Siu says criminals are now using phones to scam people. And the Consumer Council had a very busy 2024, receiving a staggering 40,000 complaints last year. Good evening, you're watching Cable News. I'm Jeremy Chu. The two locally born giant panda cubs at Ocean Park, nicknamed Elder Sister and Little Brother, are set to meet local fans and tourists tomorrow, 6 months after they were born. Chief Executive John Lee invited the public to come up with names for the cuddly twins. Best Learn has the story.
3、2、1.
A debut ceremony was held at Ocean Park to celebrate the twin cubs' half birthday.
聽日開始，佢哋就會正式喺海洋公園大熊貓之旅展館同大家見面。
With a big smile on his face, Chief Executive John Lee noted that the twins, which have been growing fast in the last 6 months, will finally make their public debut at the Giant Panda Adventure exhibit tomorrow. The city chief also announced that a naming competition has already started accepting submissions from today until the 7th of next month, inviting Hong Kongers to suggest meaningful names for the cubs to highlight their appearance and personalities. The final results will be announced by the first half of the year. While the authorities have spent $700,000 on a competition to rename the two Beijing gifted giant pandas An An and Ke Ke, only to retain their original names eventually, Ocean Park Chairman Paulo Pong said it is almost certain that panda fans will keep calling the panda twins by their nicknames Elder Sister and Small Brother as they sound more intimate. But pandas in other places usually have their official names, hence the authorities will wait till the naming contest concludes to decide. Pong said the pandas have lured surging traffic to the park, with numbers of visitors rising 30% in December and 10% during the Lunar New Year holidays. Meanwhile, panda-themed peripheral products are also very well received. Hundreds of people have already signed up for the $1,500 per person VIP session to visit the baby pandas. Best Learn, Cable News.
Crime rate in the city saw a mixed trend in 2024, with traditional street crimes dropping sharply due to enhanced surveillance, while scams surged to nearly half of all reported cases, police revealed today. Quentin Yang reports.
Speaking on a radio program, Commissioner of Police Raymond Siu held the installation of over 600 closed-circuit television cameras across crime hotspots and crowded areas as transformative. Since their rollout last April, these cameras have reduced street crimes by up to 3%, including robberies and burglaries. Police were able to solve 28 serious cases, including murders, within days thanks to CCTV footage. Siu assured the public that privacy safeguards, such as blurring private areas in footage, are strictly enforced. He also announced plans to install a total of 2,000 cameras by year-end. Despite progress in traditional crimes, scams remained a stubborn challenge, with 44,480 fraud cases recorded in 2024, up nearly 12% from 2023. Phone scams were the most rampant, falling for tactics like fake customer service calls. Over 300 college students, most of whom are from the mainland, have been swindled of over $200 million. Meanwhile, a new trend of text message scam is emerging. Siu warned residents to avoid clicking on links from senders with names beginning with a hashtag symbol and urged them to report suspicious numbers via the anti-scam app Cyber Defender HK. Authorities are also addressing the misuse of registered SIM cards, as individuals have been buying them in bulk for resale to criminals. Legislation banning SIM card resales and limiting purchase quantities is expected this year, according to Su. While no single solution can eliminate all scams, we are confident that, with public cooperation, we can effectively combat scammers, Su said. Quentin Yap, Cable News.
The Consumer Council has received a staggering 40,000 complaints in 2024, marking a 20% increase from the previous year and the third consecutive annual rise. The surge was fueled by two major controversies: global football star Lionel Messi's no-show at a highly anticipated performance and the sudden collapse of Gem Chain Physical Fitness, which together accounted for over 7,000 complaints. Quentin Yang will tell us more.
Speaking on iCable News program Let's Talk, Council Chief Executive Gilly Wang revealed that complaints related to dining and entertainment topped the list for the third year, with over 5,800 cases, a 48% jump from 2023. A quarter of these stem from Messi's absence at a February event, sparking outrage over unfulfilled promises and delayed refunds. Wang stressed the need for clearer event terms. Organizers must notify consumers promptly of last-minute changes and offer humane solutions, such as refunds, to mitigate frustrations. Meanwhile, the abrupt closure of physical fitness in September triggered the highest financial claims, involving nearly $150 million. With Hong Kong pushing its mega-event economy, Wang warned of worsening ticket scalping, citing reports of resale tickets priced at $100,000 and more. She urged authorities to adopt a real-name ticketing system to curb exploitation. Tourist scam complaints also rose, with a majority from mainland visitors, according to Wang. Notable scams included jewelry stores duping travelers into buying overpriced items as collateral for fake loans. As Hong Kong aims to revive its reputation as a shopping paradise, the Council called for urgent industry reforms, enhancing transparency and tightening regulations to protect both locals and tourists. Quentin Yap, Cable News.
At least 30 fatal industrial accidents in the construction industry were recorded last year. Worker unions have linked these incidents to the prevailing industry culture, including low-bid tendering, extensive subcontracting, prioritizing efficiency, and insufficient construction time, raising concerns that safety is not being prioritized.
Taking to the airwaves, Chelsea Kidd, chairman of the Construction Industry Employees General Union, stated that one cause of safety issues is the extensive subcontracting in private projects, which leaves subcontractors with minimal profit, leading to a neglect of safety measures. Su Si-man, chief executive of the Association for the Rights of Industrial Accident Victims, echoed Chow's opinion, noting that constant subcontracting prevents frontline workers from receiving safety directives from main contractors. She added that some site safety officers lack the expertise to challenge the hazards of contractors' procedures. The unions emphasized that all parties must take responsibility for site management, urging the industry and main contractors to review operational systems.
A memorial service was held at the Methodist International Church in Wan Chai for former lawmaker and veteran social worker Shu Ka-chun, who passed away last month after battling stomach cancer.
Among those who attended the service were Democratic Party Chairman Lo King-hei, former chairpersons Emily Lau and Yuan Sam, founding member Fred Lee, barrister Margaret Ng, and retired Catholic leader Cardinal Joseph Zen. Shu, originally a social worker, was elected as a legislative council member in 2016. He was imprisoned for 8 months in 2019 for his role in the Occupy Central movement. After his release, he founded the prison rights organization Wall Fair, which was dissolved in less than a year. Shu passed away from stomach cancer on the 10th of last month at the age of 55.
A man was found floating in the waters off Sai Kung this morning and was pronounced dead after being rescued.
At around 8 a.m., a boat operator reported seeing the man floating in the water near Po Toi O village at Clearwater Bay. Police and fire services arrived at the scene and recovered the man, bringing him ashore at a rocky beach. He was later confirmed dead. The deceased, estimated to be between 35 and 45 years old, was not carrying any identification documents. He was found shirtless, wearing only a pair of jeans. The case has been classified as a body found for now, and the cause of death will be determined following a post-mortem examination.
The two main talking points at this year's Munich Security Conference in Germany were supposed to primarily focus on how to end the war in Ukraine without giving in to Russia, and the need for Europe to boost its spending on defense. However, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance did not address the issues and instead attacked his European allies and their policies on immigration, free speech, and misinformation. Sachin Khatvi reports.
Vance accused European governments of retreating from their values and ignoring voter concerns on migration and free speech.
The threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values, values shared with the United States of America.
However, Vance, along with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on the sidelines of the conference, saying the objective was to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict as soon as possible and achieve a durable, lasting peace in Eastern Europe, but did not divulge further details. Foreign Minister Wang Yi said China would love to see all efforts that help achieve peace, including the shared understanding reached by Russia and the United States. Europe should play an important role to work together to address the root cause of the crisis, Wang added. Sachin Khatvi, Cable News.
Honoring their part of a fragile peace deal with Israel, Palestinian armed group Hamas held on to their end of the truce, releasing 3 Israeli captives.
Year Horn, 46, a dual citizen of Israel and Argentina, 36-year-old American-Israeli Sagui Deko Chen, and Russian-Israeli Alexander Trufanov, 29, were handed over by Hamas to representatives of the Red Cross in the southern Gaza city of Khan Yunis. All 3 spent nearly 500 days in captivity after they were abducted from southern Israel on October 7, 2023. Keeping their part of the deal, Israel released 369 Palestinian prisoners. Hamas have now released 19 Israel hostages as part of the first phase of the ceasefire agreement. A total of 33 captives are to be traded during the 6-week period, which ends on March 1st. But uncertainty looms over the future of the wider agreement to extend the ceasefire.
World number 2 Iga Swiatek's bid for a record 4th successive Qatar Open title came to an emphatic end after she was beaten in straight sets by Latvia's Jelena Ostapenko in the semi-finals. Sachin Khatvi reports.
Facing each other for